Hey guys, I just wanted to, now that we've done a week of this, I just want to take you through that week and kind of give you an overview and then where we want to go for the next 7 weeks. So we've got 8 weeks total of this. So I've written up all 4 days. Now these days are going to stay the same within each day, but they're gonna move around so that if you normally come on a Wednesday but not on a Tuesday, then you're going to be able to hit everything that we do. So here we have blue is a lunge, like our lunge series. So I got blue written across for lunge series. Red is kind of our pulling series. Orange is some hamstrings, and then the black are some other movements that we're going to put in there that we need to make sure that we don't really fit into either one of the series. So we've got step ups, walking lunges, a split squat. And then 2, we've got the reverse lunge front rack, which we did in week 1. Week 2 will be a forward barbell lunge, and then those will alternate for the 8 weeks. For all of these movements in the blue, our goal is to make sure that we eliminate any imbalances in our squatting, in our legs. So we want to make sure that on all of these, we are starting with our weak leg. All right, we're matching that with our weak leg. So step ups is 8 by 10. If we get 8 with our weak leg, we want to match it with the strong leg so that we don't keep creating that imbalance. And then as time goes on, we want to make sure that we're pushing ourselves to go heavier weight. So let's take walking lunges for example. Now walking lunges, 20 steps, it's going to be 20 walking lunges. If you can't do 20 walking lunges without breaking, then you don't need to be using a weight. However, if you can do 20 walking lunges, we need to be holding a weight. We need to make sure that we're holding 2 dumbbells, 2 kettlebells, something, and we need to write that down on our sheet. I used 30-pound dumbbells today, and then the next time it comes up, so next time will be Friday this week, let's try to go 35-pound dumbbells. So we'll go heavier and heavier. That is the goal for the lunge series. We want to make sure that we are eliminating any imbalances in there. We want to make sure that we're moving correctly, but we want to make sure that we are going heavy to get stronger through those legs. For the pulling series, this is going to be great for those of us that need to get that pull up. We haven't gotten that pull up yet. We struggle with the chest to bar pull up. We struggle with some finishing moves in the Olympic lifts, the pull with the clean or the pull with the snatch. These are going to be absolutely vital for that. So we've got strict pull-ups, we've got a 1-arm bent row, we've got strict ring rows, and then for the first 4 weeks we're going to do a double kettlebell bent row or a double dumbbell bent row, and then that's going to progress to a barbell row, which is going to allow us to add more weight. So for the strict pull-ups, if this is pretty easy, and by easy I mean that we're consistently through the 4 rounds, we're getting 10 plus strict pull-ups, then make that harder for yourself. Do a strict chest to bar. We could even, if you're doing multiples of strict chest to bars, then we can start adding a little bit of weight to those. All right, but I don't want you to add a lot of weight and then only get like 1 or 2. I still want us to get into that close to that 10 range. This is really good for those of us that don't have that pull-up. We can get some negatives through there. We can work on holding at the top or holding in the middle, wherever that sticking point is. But then these other 3 days are going to be great to get that strict pull-up. The 1-arm bent row, making sure that we get that full extension at the top, that full pull. Same thing with here on these bent rows. These are going to be great for closing in on that chest to bar. And then these strict ring rows, these are not just like subs for pull-ups. Strict ring rows can be really hard. We can put our feet on a box. We can really slow the movement down, making it very difficult for us. So the idea for these here is to make them very difficult for ourselves on these body weight movements. And then just like above, we want to add weight as we go through here. All right. I'd rather, like when we get on these, I'd rather you complain that we don't have enough weight in the gym for you to be able to do that. Let's do the orange. So this is our hamstring. So let's start with the GH raises. We did GH raises. tall, and we kind of work our way down and come back up. And then our goal is just to increase that range of motion. Can we go all the way down and then back up? And then if we can, if we're able to get 10 of those where we're all the way fully parallel to the ground and coming back up perpendicular to the ground, then we can start adding some weight. All right, but our goal there is to increase that range of motion through there and not bending that hip. And then we've got a progression on our single leg deadlift. So single leg deadlift, we started out with a brace. We did that. And we're going to do that for 2 weeks. So we'll have one more week of that. And then we're going to move to single leg deadlift with 2 hands on a kettlebell. So now we've taken that brace away and we are moving into a more balanced position. Then we're going to progress to single leg deadlift with 2 kettlebells. Well, this is obviously going to be heavier than holding 1 kettlebell. So I'm forcing you to add some weight here. Then we're going to go single leg deadlift with a barbell. This is going to be quite different from what we started. So this progression is going to progress for you, but I want you to make sure that you're adding some weight throughout the weeks here, adding some weight throughout the weeks here, so that when you go to the barbell, it's not a shock to your system and you're ready to go. I feel like this is going to really help us out with not only our deadlifts, but also our squatting is going to really take effect on that. And then we've got GHD sit-ups. Make sure that GHD sit-ups, that we're keeping that back in line. We're staying nice and strong through there. And we're not overdoing it, especially if we're a new person. And then strict push-ups. This is going to be really good for those of us that don't have that push-up on our toes. And we really work on getting that push-up on our toe. And if we're already pretty strong through push-ups, make them hard. 3 seconds on the way up, 3 seconds on the way down. Make it a tempo for yourself, making it as difficult as you can. The idea for the 8 weeks is to add weight through each of these movements. Jot that down through the use of our sheet, making sure that you're using notes so that when you come back to it, you're not guessing again on what we're doing. Move well. If you have questions, ask questions, but try to hit these days and hit them as hard as you can, just like we do, just like you would for a back squat day or a push press day or anything like that. All right, see you guys later.